Hi, folks. Thanks for coming back to Place, Manner, Voice. My name is Catherine, and every episode I'm going to transcribe an English word into the International Phonetic Alphabet for you. Now, I don't say this every episode, but I am speaking general North American English. Well, it's technically called General American English, but because I'm Canadian, I like putting in General North American English. It's a little sneaky. Specifically, I speak a dialect of General American English called Atlantic Canadian. Atlantic Canadian English. I don't have a really strong accent, but you can hear some features of this accent from time to time. I used a random word generator to give us our word today, and I got a really short word today. Look at this. Dome. Dome. It's a good word. Dome. Okay, let's transcribe this. As always, we're going to open up our slash here to show that we're going to be writing in the International Phonetic Alphabet. And we're going to be writing in speech sounds instead of in letters. D, D. This sound here, the D sound, shares the same letter as English uses. So we have D, where we put our tongue up behind our teeth and we stop the air momentarily and then explode the air out while vibrating at our throat. D, D. It's a cousin of the T sound. T, D, T, D, 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 D. Okay, let's go into this vowel sound here. We have O, O. This is a little more complicated than it first seems. We've got O, and then we use this symbol next to it. Now, this is what's called a diphthong. A diphthong. T-H-O-N-G. Diphthong. You can pronounce it with an F, like the F in, I don't know, phosphorus. The PH in phosphorus. Or you can pronounce it with a P, and because it does make it a little bit easier to say, like diphthong instead of diphthong. But it's your choice. Both are acceptable. A diphthong is, I like to call it a vowel glide, because it starts at one vowel sound and then moves to another vowel sound. And we still consider it to be one vowel sound, even though it kind of transitions from one to another. So for O, can you hear that I'm changing that from O, 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 dome, O. It's pretty quick, but there is a little switch from the O to the U, O. This is the conventional way to write out this diphthong, O. And it's very common in North America to use this O sound. Now, some people will put a little bracket over this or maybe a bracket on the bottom. I don't love doing that. I think it just makes the transcription look a little cluttered. And most people who read IPA will just understand that that goes together. And you'll get better at reading the IPA and understand that that goes together as a unit. Okay, let's keep going here. We've got D, O, is next. I'm putting my two lips together and I'm letting the air come out my nose. So this sound is called a nasal sound because the airflow is misdirected. It's not misdirected, it's on purpose. The instead of coming out my mouth, I'm stopping the air with both my lips and the air is redirected out my nose. So we call this a nasal sound. That's why when you have a cold and your nose is really congested, your M sounds kind of sound funny. Like, bub, I don't feel very well. Oh, bubby. And it kind of sounds like, yeah, it's a weird, we call it cul-de-sac resonance. Dome. Now, do I say domey? Do I say dome? Do I pronounce this E at the end? No way. I invite you to not pronounce that silent E at the end. So because there are no more speech sounds, I can close up this transcription. It's finished transcribing. Dome. This only has three sounds in it. D, O, M. D, O, M. Dome. The O is kind of long. Because it's a monosyllabic word, it's just one syllable. We know it's one syllable because there's only one vowel sound in it. We don't have to place a primary stress marker because it's just assumed that a single syllable word will be stressed and the vowel sound will be nice and clear. Okay, folks, if you have any questions about the International Phonetic Alphabet, or if you have a word that you'd like me to transcribe, let me know in the comments below and I can do it in a future episode for you.